So Pebble's e-watch famously raised over $10 million on Kickstarter last year, finally shipping in January. Tell me about the process over the past year.
It's been a pretty exciting 8 months for sure. So when we launched our Kickstarter project in April, we were just a couple guys hanging out working on this project, and we clicked the button, and then the next day the project just exploded. And we're proud to say that after 8 months of working, 24/7, we've got this watch that we built. It works, exactly like what we were aiming it to work like, and we're really proud of what we put together here. And the bigger thing is that we're making 85,000 watches. So over the next 6 to 8 weeks, we'll be shipping 85,000 watches to our Kickstarter backers as rewards for backing our project.
I'm sure there was a lot of excitement involved in raising so much money, but yes, you were on the hook for 85,000 watches for Kickstarter. Was that exhilarating, nerve-wracking?
Oh, extremely. So there's a lot of differences between manufacturing, as we started maybe 1,000 or 2,000 units for our first product, and moving into this mass-scale manufacturing, we had to take a lot more things into consideration. It's one thing to be able to design something, but it's another thing to be able to actually make it in bulk. And so we had to do a lot of optimization to make sure that small little problems wouldn't come back to bite us when we went into mass-scale manufacturing. So we spent a fair amount of time making sure that everything was working well before we pulled the trigger on mass production.
And why do you think people need or want a smartwatch?
Well, that's an interesting question. So before we launched on Kickstarter, we had actually made a first watch that was called Impulse, which worked exclusively with BlackBerry smartphones. And when we sort of pivoted into the Pebble idea, we decided to focus more on some very simple use cases. One was being able to sort of receive notifications from your phone. The second one was customizability, so being able to change the look. It's super easy on Pebble to be able to change the watch face from maybe an analog watch face to a text watch face, or even what else do we have on here? Even a watch that plays tic-tac-toe. So, the idea of being able to make your watch your own is really important to us, being able to customize it. And then I think also the sports aspect. We made it's a water-resistant watch. It works just like a sports watch. So being able to go for a run and being able to sort of track your run on your watch while connected to your phone, we thought was a really cool feature.
You're shipping Pebbles to Kickstarter backers, and you're also taking pre-orders on your website. Will we see Pebble in retail stores anytime soon?
Maybe. We've got our work cut out for us now, shipping 85,000 watches to our Kickstarter backers, but that could be in the cards.